All I said was if he really wanted to play as soon as he could, this is it. Welcome to it. And he was right. If what Adam Schefter said is true, which I wouldn't believe the report, but just call him. What are you trying to say about
I'm
Adam
not
Schefter?
saying that he wasn't told that.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's a convenient, these two teams are playing this week. That's when you're going to say something like that. I just don't know why an NFL team would go, well, if he doesn't want to be here, I guess we're not going to have him here. If you think he helps your football team,
do you think Owen
would bring him in?
Do you think Owen, maybe if it's a first-round player or a second-round player, but when you get to the fifth round, you're like, if he doesn't want to be here, I don't know. I thought about that too. And
if you're a team like the Ravens, though, are you absolutely depending on your fifth-round pick to contribute on the field this year? You are not going, we're a piece away, but that fifth-round linebacker is going to be the one that puts us over the top.
You're right.
Or whatever they ended up taking.
I totally get what you're saying. I would also wonder, does anybody deny that this was intentionally leaked by the Ravens?
Oh, no, that's 100.
Yesterday.
Yeah, that's...
It was another way to either make him look bad, which I don't even think everybody thinks he looks bad in that situation. But, I mean, Kenny called him a genius.
I mean, I don't know if the Baghead's the bigger plant or this report's the bigger plant. They're both huge plants.
Like right before the game.
Why would the Ravens need to say anything, though? What does it help with them?
It all goes into the talking last week by who we had, Grant Delpit and Jerry Jeudy and all of this stuff. I mean,
so they go, we'll fix their wagon.
It got very petty at one point last week.
Oh, I did want to ask. So speaking of petty,
if we're going to live in a petty party,
nobody does it better than this show. We have the experts in the field.
Oh, yes.
Okay, Jerry Jeudy comes out and gave the birds, double birds, I guess, to everybody in the stands.
Yeah, he did.
How do you feel about, when all was said and done, the talking that happened between the teams this week? And we did say, like, hey, if they back it up, then we're going to let them talk all year.
I thought the defense was good, and I thought they backed it up as best they could. It's just, maybe you should quiet it down because you didn't realize your offense was going to put you in such a predicament.
Derrick Henry wasn't as hard to tackle as everyone said. They were right on that. He does fine on his yards per carry against the Browns, and last year with the Ravens, he ran well against them. But in a career, he's the one big time running back I can remember watching Browns games going, oh, they can contain him.
Miles and Mason Graham in the opening quarter, like there was what I thought looked to be a hole, and immediately Miles, and you don't think of Miles in that way. Like we think of Miles
Mason, I think,
as a pass rusher, and Miles just easily tackled him to the ground, just bear hugged him and took him down. I'm like, whoa, all right, setting the tone here. Let's go. But even Miles said after the game, like eventually the dam breaks. And that's just the case in defense in the NFL. Eventually good offenses, if you give them enough opportunities, they're going to be able to move the football.
Especially when you throw a pick and it gets returned back.
Short possessions, yeah.
Well, you had him lined up in a B gap a couple times and taken over the interior. Right. And I think it really disrupted their run game. And you
didn't see any RPO, and you didn't see any of him taking off, because a week earlier, Lamar Jackson ran all over the place. And I did hear some people say, well, it's the Browns. He didn't want to. But early in the game, when it seemed like the game could go either way, you would have thought at some point they would have pulled some of those gimmicks out.
Somebody had tweeted at me, and I wish I'd brought it up. They tweeted at me like right after the show on Friday. They were like, man, Mason's going to have a test in front of him because he's got Tyler Linderbaum in front of him, and that's one of the best in the business. And I thought Mason did a fine job.
Yeah,
for sure. And I don't think I'm breaking any news there. I think a lot, by and large, do you believe
pretty gritty right now?
But. Well, but do you think that? But I don't even need to be gritty. Like I think that the guys who are going into work right now, I think they all agree that Mason Graham did a fine job on Sunday. So I don't got any qualms with that. Yeah. So yeah, man, like listen, there's some guys who are good. Not good enough because you only got 1/3 of a football team to go out there and help you win football games.
And not only that, eventually the good offenses are going to be able to pick apart your weaknesses. And it just goes to show, like as dominant as the Browns can be, the minute that Denzel Ward, has to leave the game, the minute that Miles has to leave a drive, and then look who they're targeting. I mean, some of our defensive backs, guys. And that's with Lamar Jackson being off. Like Lamar had opportunities. It just goes to show, again, your defense could be as dominant as all get out. Lamar Jackson had multiple opportunities to give the Ravens a huge lead in the first half, and he was just missing.
216-474-0092. Let me get to the phones here. Jeremy in Fort Worth, Texas. You're next up on the Fan. Hello, Jeremy.
Hey, guys. The counselor is calling at just the right time. Let's all just take it easy. I think
you're going to calm me down.
I'm going to try.
Okay.
I think my take is this. As a fan, I was all caught up in whatever mysteries and stuff I was caught up in before the season started. I'm over with it. I just want to win or try to develop or see some kind of progress. I think the Browns make losing such a spectacle. It gets people fighting over things. The Browns are like that one big personality in the office, and nothing runs right and everybody's mad at each other and they fire that one person and everything's fine. I think Stefanski just needs to go. He's milquetoast. He's low energy. And the best part of the Browns, he has nothing to do with, basically, or little to do with, which is the defense. So I'm ready to see somebody play. I'm ready to see other people give the rookies a chance. I mean, I don't know. I just think the Browns as a whole are just toxic, and they attract a lot of spectacle energy.
It is a weird, in the words of Brad Childress, it's a programmatic non-fit. And this has been said a million times, Jeremy. How long have you listened to the show?
A long time.
Okay, so I got to let you go because I got to bring some other people in here, but thank you very much for the call. So you have heard me say this before. He might be the right coach. It's the wrong team. If they had, like Kevin, I could see Kevin getting let go at the end of this year. And by the way, it being the right decision. And Kevin catching on with a team that has a veteran quarterback and being able to do the things that Kevin's always wanted to do. Because this team, damn it, how many times have we said it? There's a culture situation. And if you're not going to have legitimate leaders in that locker room. Now, I know Miles had a good game, and I saw him pull the defense to the side, and they had the report from Amanda Balionis on it and all the other stuff. I know he's trying, but it's probably still too little too late right now with Miles. You kind of are who you are. And until they find guys who are going to be ass kickers in the locker room and police that locker room and demand an effort out of everybody and be able to back it up, because he can do whatever he wants. He can back up everything. It's Myles Garrett. He's one of the best defensive players in the league. So, like, when people are, oh my God, he's playing euchre on his iPad. Yeah, what am I supposed to say to the guy? It's the same thing when Lawrence Taylor would show up late doing God knows what to the Giants facilities. What would Bill Belichick say to him? Not a damn thing, because they're both Hall of Famers. But if you need leadership, you also need guys who are willing to stick it out and to talk to guys and to make sure that they're backing up their business. And the Giants had those guys at that time. You can ask any person who ever covered them. And for this team, they ain't got them. And so now you put more on your head coach. The reason why it's worked with Dan Campbell up in Detroit, former player, he's smarter than what we give him credit for, and he's a legitimate hard ass. That I think if you ever walked by and heard me saying nasty things about him, he'd probably powerbomb me through the table. That gets guys to respond, and it helps build it up. So you're not just a rah-rah guy. You know what you're doing, but you can actually back it up. Well, Kevin's not that guy.
Yeah, who's doing that with the Browns?
Exactly. So you need strong leadership from within. That's what's missing. When people go, Harvard this and Harvard that, there's been plenty of guys. Didn't Ross Tucker go to Harvard? Which one went to Harvard? Where did Ross go to college?
Either Harvard or Princeton.
Yeah, Ross is a hard ass, I'm sure. Ross went to Harvard. But you need ass kickers in the locker room. And you got guys that are like Carson Schlesinger, for all I know, might be an ass kicker. He's going into week 3 as a rookie. You are who you are. And what you are is a collection of players that at one point sort of had a look at it, and now this is going to take longer than anybody thought. You were trying to do 2 things at once, and right now you're doing neither of them. Well, you're kind of developing young guys, but you're not winning football games, that's for sure. This is not very much fun right now. So I'm willing to make the change. I guess I'm going to still trust Kevin, which maybe this should be a conversation. Maybe I shouldn't trust him at all. But I guess I'm going to have to trust Kevin to know when the quarterback should go in. Because I'd have to think, if you were to put him in against Green Bay and like come out today at 1, is his media availability at 1 o'clock today, I imagine?
It is Stefanski at 1. I'm sure we'll hear from some of the leaders of the team as well.
So Big Kev will talk at 1 today. And if Kev comes out and says, hey, he's playing on Sunday, I'd be a little bit worried, but at the same time I go, well, I guess I do trust him to start guys when they're playing, even if it's against Green Bay. Even if it's against Green Bay, everybody's scared. I don't know what we're afraid of losing a football game. Like we haven't lost a bunch of them before. But I want him to be out there when he's ready. And as of flying completely blind, you only get to see him warm up. You don't get to see any of the stuff. Not anymore. So I guess the only time as of right now, I guess I'd start to feel comfortable and think that he might be ready. Because it's exactly what you and I were talking about right before we got into our big Shedeur Sanders fight. If it's Green Bay week 3, then you're going, why didn't you just start on week 1 then? Fair. The earliest I'm thinking right now is probably home against Miami. I don't know what Pittsburgh is right now. I don't know what they are. They're playing stupid They played stupid yesterday. And I'm not just talking, I saw that game. I'm not just talking about the gaffe they had on special teams. It was stupid.
Their defense has been atrocious.
Yeah,
we're talking about our last 8 games. Their defense. But Ken, let me ask you, if
Dumb football.
if it is a repeat,
opposite of smart football.
If it is a repeat on Sunday against Green Bay of what we just saw, and they're massive underdogs again, ready or not, right? They're just going to make the move. That's what almost any NFL team. If Flacco at 40 years old, like he's getting benched.
Oh, start him on the road against Detroit?
I know, none of it. At that
Detroit's
point,
not a good situation either. Did you see what they did to Caleb Williams and the Bears?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I called that. I knew. It's only week 2, but the stuff like Nathan and I got into a disagreement because I'm like, I still worry about that offensive line. What do you mean? They addressed it. They went on and got Joe. I'm like, good teams don't just give up their good offensive linemen. Mm-hmm. Good organizations don't just give them up. Okay, you're getting someone from the Rams. You better watch your ass. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Total nonsense.
I'm just telling you. I'm just saying that what team in the NFL is not
came from the Chiefs. Jonah Jackson came from the Rams. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What NFL team isn't swapping out their 40-year-old quarterback if you're getting blown out in 2 straight games and in week 3, and it just looks like the season's already off the rails?
Yeah, because you're not accomplishing anything. So maybe it would be Detroit. But I think it does highlight what I'm saying to you is that I'm not going to feel comfortable against Green Bay or Detroit or Minnesota or Pittsburgh, at Pittsburgh. At least not now. Maybe I will by then. So that's why I side-eye everybody who's like, well, you can't play them against this team, and you certainly can't play them against that team. They're all pros. They're all big dudes. They're all paid to kill you. That's what they're doing. They're paid to go out there and wreck your world and get you out of this league. And if you can't deal with it, fine. Because I'm sure there's bound to be some team right now that might be we could play so-and-so against the Browns. Well, you got 95 is going to be coming after you. 94 looks pretty good right now. So they're all adults, and they all get paid to do it. And I just think that, you could go out and you could start them against Miami at home on the 19th and have a little bit more confidence pregame, and all of a sudden you are having a real bad day. He's got to be ready to go. He's got to be ready. 216-474-0092. Chuck in Cleveland. Hello.
Yeah, how you doing, guys?
I'm doing well, Chuck. Go ahead.
All right. So about a week or so ago, Kevin Stefanski was asked a question about culture, and he kind of just blew it off, and he didn't want to take ownership for us not having culture. I think he actually said it's not about the culture we create, it's about the players that make the culture, or some crap like that. I just think it's time. It's over with. We need a hard-nosed coach, especially for a dysfunctional organization. You got to have a tough guy come in here that's going to take control of the team. I mean, what's up with Chucky? He's polar opposite of Stefanski. That's what we need to get in here.
Well, we want John Gruden in here.
Oh yeah, I think
John Gruden would be great now in the NIL era in college.
College.
Yeah, I really do.
Oh. You don't think he can control the team no more, huh?
I don't know if he's the right fit for this organization.
Okay.
And I love him. I know that he's got that whole thing cleared up, and they went after it, and I find him very entertaining, and I think he's probably obviously knows a lot about football, but I don't know if we want to go to the NFL route again.
Yeah, we just dysfunctional. I don't think anything can help us at this point. All right, guys.
Thank you very much for the call, Chuck. Taking John Gruden calls.
If we get Gruden in here,
ain't Chuck's fault.
Can we all take turns sending him boxes and just having him churn out videos? I know he was Gruden was the epitome of...
I think every question at a press conference should be sent up in a box and then he opens it up.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Can he please come in here and do it live for me?
It'd be incredible.
Not the boxes, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Flip right double, X jet, 36 counter naked waggle, and 7 X quarter on 1. Ready, effing break. Just make me feel better.
Somebody do a mashup.
Just make me feel better.
Somebody do a mashup with John Gruden opening the box at the end of Usual Suspects. That usual
At the
suspect.
end of 7.
7, yes. I get the two mixed up. At the end of 7, him opening the box, doing an unboxing, and then there's a big head in there.
You're a psycho.
Describe that one.
Fred in Cleveland.
Chucky,
I can give you 60 seconds. Go, Fred.
Hey, it's time for a change, man. The Flacco experiment is over, man. It's like flax seeds, man. It's just soaking up stuff, and it ain't producing. Just get rid of him, put him on the bench. We know what we're going to get. I think we should focus from now on just talking about the defense. Those guys been playing hard. They played hard seasons ago. It's the offense that can't get it together. So I think it's not only time for a change in QB, it's a time for a change with the coach as well.
Well, I'm going to tell you this.
We need to get
You're going to agree with me on this, though. This offense keeps it up. That defense ain't going to hang out for very long. They're going to get discouraged, and they're going to start blaming them, and then all of a sudden you're going to start to see some half-ass efforts there.
Well, yeah, and so right there, so how many more games? And if we're going to stank up the room, let's add some extra stank. Let's put the rookies in, see what we can get. We got to get rid of Judy as well. I don't know what we could get for him, man, but we got to get rid of him. The guy can't catch a cold, man. And all I can hear is like, all I see, what's in our DNA. We don't have a culture, but if I had to put a culture on it, it's buffoonery, because that's all it's been, man. It's a carousel of just foolishness, man, with the Browns offense year after year.
What would be Fred? Thanks for the call.
Judy, it has not been great, obviously, but he's by far the best you have at wide receiver. Like, what are you doing without Jerry Jeudy? Then you got nothing. He's the only chance. Like 3rd and 7.
Well,
Flacco's fixated on him because that's the only guy that can actually run a route.
He's one of them guys when things ain't going to go well.
I know.
He's not going to make it any better. And things ain't going well right now. And I don't think he's going to make it any better. So I hope Fred's wrong.
And then
I hope Fred's wrong.
Then
or
Mark
Fred just might be
Schlereth will
early.
be banging the drum to come on the Cleveland radio shows.
Oh man, there is a personal hate with them, and I enjoy that.